Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys exclusive Star Wars 1/6 scale figure unboxing and review video. Now today we are taking a look at the Chrome Stormtrooper. This was released as part of the suite of store exclusives to celebrate the grand opening of Hot Toys' brand new flagship store in China. I would have preferred something like a Clone Wars Obi-Wan, but I am a Trooper guy, so yeah, I'm still really excited. I got mine from toyswonderland.com. Link for that is in the description below. They do have installment plans and a points-based reward system. While you're down there, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button for more info on Justin's Collection Plus, the channel membership. As for the box art, it's done in the typical Star Wars style. Up front, an image of the figure. Up top, Hot Toys exclusive on a foil sticker. Then down below, the wraparound banner with not one, but two additional product shots. On the back of the box, you have all the warnings and legal info. On the inside though, you have another shot of the Chrome Stormtrooper on what appears to be either a Star Destroyer or the Death Star. Yeah, he looks pretty cool. Where the heck is this guy going to go in my display? I'm not entirely sure as of yet. But seeing as there are so many different variants of Imperial Stormtroopers, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to find a spot somewhere in the display. First in-hand impressions are, this guy is significantly shinier than the Chrome Clone Trooper. What we are going to do now is get all of his accessories laid out in the light box and take a closer look at everything he comes with. Starting off with the display base first, it's Hot Toys hexagonal base. We've seen this a bunch of times. Up top, the Imperial cog done in this super high gloss. Then around the front, Star Wars and Stormtrooper. I would have loved, number one, a metal nameplate, and number two, for it to say Chrome Stormtrooper or Chrome version, just something to let you know that this display base belongs with this figure. Up top, we do have a regular crotch grabber. When it comes to blasters, we get two options, the E11 and his blaster pistol. I like the pistol. It's cast in black plastic with a bunch of silver dry brushing and chipping and wear and tear on the surface. It works particularly well for sections like this grip area that's super highly textured. As for the E11, Hot Toys have gotten this down to a science at this point. They have made this a bunch of times. It's painted in the same way as the blaster pistol, meaning I think it looks really good. You also have a moving stock that can be fully assembled, although it does feel a little flimsy. So in my display, it's not something that I would be using. But if you want to mix it up, because of course all of the Stormtroopers do pretty much carry this same blaster, you can absolutely flick that back and have something a little different. Lastly, we do get the full array of Stormtrooper hands. Open palm hands, closed fist, trigger fingers for both sides, and one open palm hand. The reason I picked up this one is because it's really well detailed. You've got a bunch of pads for the hand, and you can see how shiny that chrome is on his armor. The reflection is on point. As I said earlier, this is already a lot shinier than the Chrome Clone Trooper. What we are going to do now though, is get the Chrome Stormtrooper himself out here. Standing straight up and down in the light box, no crazy poses or accessories or anything like that. Yeah, that's a Chrome Stormtrooper. When it comes to repaints, this one is as simple as it comes. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of, let's just take an existing figure and paint it in chrome. There you have it, a special edition. But with the Stormtroopers, there's kind of a precedent here. Hot Toys made a chrome copper version and a chrome gold version. So this one, being silver, kind of rounds out that trio. Now, I never got the other two, so this is my first Chrome Stormtrooper. And for the most part, at the very least, they used my favourite mould for the Stormtrooper, being the Rogue One version. But that means this guy is going to look slightly different compared to the other two, because they used the A New Hope mould. That means this guy's chest armor and helmet is going to stand out just a little, because, as I said, it's different to the other two. Up close and personal, let's kick things off with his bucket first. It's big, it's shiny, it's Rogue One, meaning it's slightly more stylized. From the side profile, it's nowhere near as long as A New Hope. You do still retain the green eye lenses, although you kind of need to look underneath to see them, but yeah, you can see green there. They are absolutely still present. You do have a little bit of mesh in his mouth area, and all of the details that would normally be decals or painted on classic Stormtrooper helmets this time are sculpted and panel-lined. You would have the blue stripes, the grey sections around the front, and of course around the back as well. It's all sculpted with a nice black wash in those crevices. You do still retain the rubber neck gasket from the Rogue One Stormtrooper, although the rest of the undersuit, I'm pleased to report, is all fabric. His upper torso is once again covered in that Rogue One armor, this time done in that beautiful shiny chrome. It's metallic, it's glossy, it's a fingerprint magnet. If you are posing this guy, please be really careful. Multiple armor pieces do collide, like up here at the shoulder and this bicep piece. They rub against one another, which means you could definitely chip off some of this chrome paint. Now, around the back, they've done something really annoying. One of my favorite things about the Rogue One mold was this thing was fixed in position, but this time it's magnetic rather than hooking onto the belt. You'd think, oh, magnets are good, right? No, magnets aren't good for this piece that sticks out, so when you're posing him, it falls off constantly. The magnets aren't strong enough. It should have either been a peg and magnet combo to kind of sit it in position, because it rotates and, as I said, falls off all the time. At the very least, he does still retain the fabric bodysuit, which is ribbed and textured up top, but a little bit more smooth down below. Speaking of down below, his leg armor, you guessed it, Rogue One. The lines are super sharp, although the chrome paint kind of smooths them out just a little. At least on camera and visually, but in person, when you feel them, they're still super sharp. You have that asymmetrical design for the knee pads. One kind of sticks up over the top, whereas the other kind of gets caught behind this ribbed piece. It's really cumbersome to work with. Just take your time once again with posing to avoid chipping. Then down here for the feet, it is technically a split cut design, and the feet are also shiny chrome with some black for the sole, and yes, there is a little bit of texture here. It's some very fine sculpting, but it still is present. For a quick side-by-side comparison, here we have the Chrome Stormtrooper alongside the Chrome Clone Trooper. It seems like Hot Toys are on a bit of a chrome kick at the moment. Maybe they discovered a ton of buckets of chrome paint out the back and they said, oh yes, for convention and store exclusives, we're going to paint everything chrome. Stormtroopers, Clone Troopers, Death Troopers, who's going to be next? Well, we'll have to wait and see. But I kind of wish they weren't painting everything in chrome. I would prefer variants of existing main characters, maybe in different outfits, as those store and convention exclusives. Nevertheless, yeah, they look good together. The Stormtrooper is a lot shinier and a slightly different and warmer hue as compared to the Chrome Clone Trooper. He's got that satin finish, which I personally prefer. Going over articulation, do bear in mind this is my personal copy of the figure, so I'm going to be a little bit more careful. Starting off with the helmet, it's on a double ball peg, looking forward and back, swivel and pivot. The arms will go up to there, they will go forward and back, butterfly joint at the shoulder that also hinges up and down. Swivel at the bicep, ratcheted double bend at the elbow that gets you just past 90 before these two pieces of armor start to collide, and of course a regular 1/6 scale wrist peg. The torso does crunch forward and back, swivel and pivot. The legs will go forward to there. If you swivel the armor outwards, they will go up slightly higher. Going out to there, swivel at the upper thigh, ratcheted double bend at the knee that gets you just past 90, and of course a double ball peg down here for the ankle. Moving on to the 3 cool and 3 annoying things. The first annoying thing is this. The whole reason why I love the Rogue One Stormtrooper mold, aside from the chest plate and helmet, is this was fixed in position. But oh no, not anymore. Now it's magnetized, and when it comes to posing, it falls off constantly. The second annoying thing kind of can't be helped, but this guy, of course, is a fingerprint magnet. I've never considered wearing white gloves more than I have in this video, because every time you touch him, you can guarantee that fingerprints will be left behind. The third annoying thing is how tricky it is to get the blasters in his hands. I don't know if Hot Toys are using some new, more rigid plastic, but as you can see, both blasters are in there all the way. They don't want to go in any further. But there's still gaps for both weapons. The first cool thing, and I don't honestly know if it's an optical illusion or it's actually there, but every now and then you get a little bit of a glimpse of this gold-like tinge. Up here on the top of his dome, it's absolutely present, as well as around the edges on some pieces of armor. I like the way that looks. It shows that there's a little bit of variation here. It's not just flat, shiny chrome. The second cool thing is, of course, they're using my favorite Stormtrooper mold ever, the Rogue One version. I love the proportions here, I love the look of the helmet and the smaller chest plate. But once again, they changed this piece right here. I kinda wish they hadn't. The third cool thing is finally Hot Toys are giving us pairs of hands again. I shouldn't have to mention this as a cool thing, but Hot Toys have been getting really stingy with their hand selections. So I'm super glad to see the full array back again with the Chrome Stormtrooper. Wrapping up on the Hot Toys store exclusive Chrome Stormtrooper. I'm a huge Trooper fan. You all know this. I love the Rogue One mold, which is exactly what we have here. So this should be right up my alley, right? Well, no, unfortunately, it isn't. I'm not a huge fan of taking an existing figure and just slapping some chrome paint on it. It's just not my cup of tea. I know some people really like that, and all the power to you, but I don't know where the heck this thing's going to go. Initially I said, oh, well I guess it can be some kind of Imperial variant. There are a bunch of them. We've got Flame Troopers and Shock Troopers and Artillery Troopers. This guy can just be another variant of a Stormtrooper. But seeing as he kind of looks a little tacky, that stupid thermal detonator falls off constantly when posing, yeah, he's rubbed me kind of the wrong way. It doesn't mean that this is a bad figure. I still love the mold. He's got decent articulation, fabric bodysuit, you can leave him in poses. But unless you're a die-hard, hardcore Star Wars collector that has to get all of the exclusives, yeah, I'm pretty sure this one is a safe skip. Now, if you are going to pick him up, do let me know where the heck you're going to pose him. Do you have the gold version? I would love to see all three together. And then maybe this line would make a little bit more sense. I don't want to sound like I'm being too harsh on this guy. It's a neat idea, I guess. Take a really good mold for a Stormtrooper and paint it in chrome. If you're looking for some bling, yeah, this guy will absolutely pop in your Star Wars display. Now, I got mine from toyswonderland.com. Link for that is in the description below. They have installment plans and a points-based reward system. While you're down there, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.